Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. This is a Smackdown review recap of the show tonight. Not live. I'm going to do it recorded. Might start doing that with a Smackdown. I don't know. I think I'll probably start doing it like that. Doing it like that. Some stuff I'll do live, like the podcast. Now, I want to talk about that. I've had work done on my house. It's been busy. Just overall in general with life. I told Felix, I said, I'm going to just take another week off or just something. It's a lot. So, the return of it will be next week. Elimination Chamber. Don't know which day, but me and Felix, I'm going to try to get with Felix and see which day we can do it next week. Because I do want to get it for the Elimination Chamber. After that, I don't know. When we get our house back, how we want it to, we'll be doing it probably every week then, or maybe every 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But this is Smackdown recap and review. Madcap Moss won the Fatal 4-Way. He is facing Gunther next week on SmackDown for the Intercontinental Championship, his first title match. I was telling people, I said, I'm looking around, got Santos Escobar. Santos would have been a good one, but he didn't fit in with it. He didn't fit in with getting a title shot because he lost in the finals with Ricochet. Rey Mysterio already got one. Cross and Madcap. Those are the two I was looking at. Really. And I'm thinking, I'm going Madcap here because, one, when's the last time he won a big match? Or something just big in the visual? And two, those other two didn't make no sense at the moment. She had Cross, Madcap. Then I look at it and I'm like, Cross, probably not. I don't know what they're going to do with him going to WrestleMania, but I'm thinking Cross, this doesn't make no sense for him or anything, so I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking Cross don't make sense right now. So that's how I thought Madcap. Madcap wins here. This crowd should have been into it a little bit more, folks. This Fatal 4-Way was good too, and I just don't get it. The crowd was not into it as much. Just made me kind of mad that they weren't into it. But we start off the show with Paul Heyman, and he said, Sami Zayn's not here tonight. I absolutely knew that Sami Zayn was going to show up. And he did. And he cut a very good promo. Made you believe that he's going to beat Roman in 8 days. Which we know it's not going to happen. The big question. Jey Uso. Are we going to see Jey? Well, we got our answer. Jimmy was not getting no answers from Jey. None at all. And he's like, man, I guess I'll just go out there by myself. My brother should be out there. Surely, right? Well, they announced Ricochet, Braun Strowman as the opponents. And then she says, and their lone opponent. And is about to say, Jimmy Uso. And right there in the crowd, here comes Jey Uso, like he's coming out like the Shield. And I was like, wow. I thought they was going to hold off till Jey to Elimination Chamber, but not a bad idea to what match we got. This was a pretty good tag team match. And This spot was really good towards the end. Jay tagged himself in. Ricochet hit down Jimmy Uso. Shooting star press connects, and he was flipping over and everything from the effects. Big Uso splash by Jay Uso. 1, 2, 3. And you know what's funny? It's just hit me. You can tell the difference with Jay and Jimmy now if you look at them and everything. You couldn't back in the day. You couldn't like 5 years. Well, before they did this day one-ish stuff, and they had the face paint, you couldn't tell. For me, I couldn't. But now I can. Maybe it's just because I've gotten older and just a little bit more wiser. But Jey Uso, this was a great spot. This entire match was really good. And, yeah, very good stuff here. So, we get backstage and, Jay's like, I'm not going to ever, do that to you, Jimmy. You're my brother, blah, 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 blah. And Jimmy's like, so are you going to be with us or what, with the bloodline? He said, man, I'm not sure yet. So Paul Heyman over here like a little creep behind the wall. He walks over and he says, well, did Jay say anything? He said, nah, he didn't say anything. He just walked that way. So, basically lying and everything for his brother. Excuse me. So we had promos from everybody in this Fatal 4-Way, I believe. I must have missed Santos's promo, but they actually did it before the match or something like that, I believe. Because I was like, I don't think he had like a solo promo in this thing like everyone else did. But, look, we had a Lacey Evans squash. Now, I don't know what y'all think, but I like this Lacey Evans. I'm not going to lie to you. I do. I know she's been repackaged like 5,000 times, but I like this Lacey Evans. If you disagree, then, that's your opinion. I'm not going to fault you for having an opinion. I might think my opinion is better than yours, which, I'm going to think that most of the time because it's my own opinion, but doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. That's just an opinion. I don't even know who she squashed. I can't even remember the name. She just looked like she had red hair. Her attire, it looked like Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Low-key, color-wise. So we're going to call her Daphne. Daphne got squashed by Lacey Evans. Daphne, oh my God. We had Liv and Raquel beat the I don't know if they're a new tag team, but of Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. I don't think I wouldn't mind this tag team. They need more tag teams in the division anyways. Chelsea Green is so good, man. And I think she's going to get away with this character and do good. Some people might not like it, but I will tell you this. She needs to start getting some wins. She don't have to get a ton of wins, but she got to get a win. She can't just keep on losing, okay? And I have faith in whatever Triple H is doing, but she got to get some wins around here. She needs to showcase her talent more. She is a very good talent. Let's showcase that, man. Let's showcase that, please. But we had that tag team match, right? And it was very quick. And Liv and Raquel, Smiley Raquel, look, as strong as she is and how she presents herself, let's stop smiling a little bit too much. Smiling too much for my liking. She's done that forever now. Please stop doing that. Oh, man. She kills me with the smiling. I get it. She's a baby face. But you don't have to smile so much. Okay? Liv Morgan, that is a babyface, right? One of the biggest baby faces they got in the company. She don't smile that much. Not as much as Raquel. I'm just saying. Natalya was out there talking, saying that she wants to win the chamber and everything, and, in Montreal, of course, of all places. Then she talks about Shayna Baszler and all that. And I just want to mention this, and I'm not going to be the only a wrestling podcast that talks about Smackdown tonight that's going to say this. Whatever Natalya was wearing tonight, she was wanting to show these up here, her boobs, for sure. Because, they legit was about to fall out. But I don't know. I know I'm not the only one that noticed that. I know they've been a little bit more edgier with stuff that they wear. But I'm just saying. Might want to... If she showed any more, she would have been showing everything. I'm just saying. But this was a setup. Shayna was saying, I'm not a knockoff to Ronda Rousey, blah, blah, blah. Ronda comes out. I don't really care about Ronda Rousey. And this was just a setup to beat up Natalya. And Shotzi came out to help her. So we get Shotzi, Natalya versus Ronda and Shayna next week. Honestly, to be honest with you, don't care. Don't care at all. So, backstage, after Jay left and, and everything, he was over there with the trucks, and he's going past one, and he looks to his right, and guess who it is? Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn, he is amazing. He is great. He pointed at Jay and says, I just want you to know I appreciate everything you did, and even at the Rumble, I know I haven't had a chance. He said, but I want to acknowledge you, Jey Uso. And he told Jay he knows what he's been through, getting beat up by Roman years ago before they started this bloodline all the way. It's going to suck when Jay turns on Sami Zayn at the Chamber. Jimmy will not be able to be in Montreal, in Canada, I should say. But Jey Uso will be. And they're playing it off that Jay will not be in Canada at all. But trust me, he will show up at Elimination Chamber, and he will be the one to screw Sami Zayn out of this. But let me tell you how this is going to work out. And I see it picturing. I might be wrong. Who knows? But Jay will turn on Sami at Elimination Chamber. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will go on to beat the Usos for the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania, and then they'll be on one brand and just say, you know what, these championships are vacant or they'll just have one championship overall for the tag team. I hope they just do it that way. But I could see them splitting them up and saying, hey, let them have that. I don't want it to be undisputed. I could see KO and Sami Zayn doing that. And then afterwards, after WrestleMania, I think Jay realizes what he did wrong, and everything would turn on Sami, and you get babyface Jay run. Maybe. Who knows? I could see that very much happening. So we shall see. So we have, and then I've already talked about the Fatal 4-Way that happened. LA Knight had a quick promo, and every time LA Knight gets on the screen, you gotta watch. And I don't know if Megan whatever, I think her name, Megan or Mackenzie, I don't know. I think it's Megan. She talks about, she said, what about this pitch? He said, we're not talking about that anymore. We're not. This first time I'm being back on, he said, we're talking about LA Knight. Yeah, and that was it. So, I'm guessing after the Chamber going to WrestleMania, we shall see if they're going to continue this Bray LA Knight thing into that, or they go a different path. Who knows? No Bray tonight, but I think they're just holding it off. They're slowly doing it and everything. But next week on Smackdown, I hope it's the main event. Madcap, Moss, Gunther. Should be a very good one. Madcap, man, he's underrated, and a lot of people is not familiar with this stuff. I know I'm not as familiar, but I'm a fan of his. He works hard. You don't hear him complain. You don't hear anything news about him complaining or anything. He should have been, what, in the Royal Rumble? He wasn't. You didn't hear nothing about him complaining about that. I don't think I've seen anything bad about Madcap. So, this man rightfully deserves this, and I hope he knocks out of the ballpark, which he should with Gunther, and I hope that's the main event, so it showcases Madcap more and more. But should be a good show next week. Go home for Elimination Chamber. I'll see you guys then. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button for this video. If you enjoyed Smackdown and enjoyed this review, also comment down below what you thought of the show. Peace out, y'all.